Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Break with Melissa. It's me, Melissa. I hope you're all having a great week. I am joined by the man with the plan, Mr. Kyle Geiger, our regional trainer.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kyle. How are you today?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. And you are a trooper because, guys, this is take two. We had some technical difficulties, and Kyle is like the most accommodating and team player ever.
No worries at all. I looked at the first one as rehearsal, so
Yes.
It works out. Works out well.
Thank you. So what are you drinking, Kyle?
Well, I've got some French roast coffee and some Starbucks creamer, so cake pop flavor, and it is very tasty. It is very tasty. The crew here at Coffee Break with Melissa really knows how to do the coffee, so big props there for sure.
Yep. I have to second that. I'm more the recipient. I don't take too much of the coffee making credit, but yes, they know how to throw down. Very grateful. We take pride in giving the wow effect on the drinks.
I love it. Good stuff.
And my coffee is no exception. Rachel made me. I think this is blonde Starbucks coffee with some creamer. And thank you for the info on how creamers sometimes are more oil-based.
Oh, yeah. Yes, my wife has been trying to make me healthier, and so she's not about the oil-based creamers anymore, which, much to my chagrin, but the Starbucks one's a little bit healthier, not as much oil, some real cream, some buttermilk. It's good stuff.
No,
good
thanks.
Stuff.
You put me on game. I didn't know. I've been loyal to the same brand, and I like it. It's coffee mate, but I'm going to look into some other non-inflammatory or less inflammatory alternatives, but we'll see. So, Kyle, what does it mean to be a regional trainer? What do you cover and what do you do?
Great question. For me personally, what it means to be the regional trainer is the only one that we have right now. We're looking for another. But it means to me to give our people the tools and resources that they need to succeed in their roles, right? So that's what I'm really passionate about, is making sure that we can serve the families and the children that we do to the highest degree possible. Now, as far as what that role looks like, so I do our new employee boot camps, which is great. Love doing those. So either before our specialists go off to get their CWEL, or when they come back, they'll take part in their boot camp training, which is great. I also do our onboarding sessions. So when we do have a new hire come on board, they'll do their orientation, and then they'll come to me and they'll do their onboarding piece, which covers some different information. And then I also do some foster parent training. And I do a lot of training. So I do some foster parent training, which is great. Love interacting with our foster parents. And then, of course, I do some of our youth training as well. One of the biggest things that I do for our youth is the financial literacy piece, which I really enjoy as well.
Yeah, I love that we have that, because kids need to know how to
manage their money. Yeah. When I was growing up, there wasn't a whole lot of talk, surrounding finance in the home, right? And I get the sense that is kind of this, continues to be the situation in many homes. Parents don't like to talk about finances with the kids. And so, and they don't talk about it in schools anymore either, right? So, yeah, it is important. And I love doing that for our youth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I've told the story that just to drive the point home of how important it is. I know of a former youth in care who aged out.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably 18 years old, and one day she went on and took on a $6,000 dog payment.
Whoa.
Yeah, at Furry Babies at the mall, and it was still there.
Wow.
For I don't know the breed, but it cost $6,000, and then it ballooned into $8,000.
Pets are expensive. It's just not the upfront cost. There's a lot of care that goes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Not even counting that, but it set her up to be in
Lots of debt.
Yes.
Lots of debt. Wow.
I know.
Yeah, hopefully we can avoid things like that. Credit cards, like, I can get a credit card now. And, folks, and especially youth, just going off to college, are like, I need some money to do things with and go out and hang with my friends and look cool and stuff like this. And then they run up credit card bills and they just don't know.
Yeah.
There was one youth that was using Apple Pay. And, she would put money on the Apple Pay and didn't realize that would go away. Like it doesn't stay there forever. And, you have to put money on there. And so, even some of those very, new concepts like cards on your phone, those are new things that people haven't experienced before. So, yeah. Lots of stuff that goes into that for sure.
I'm scared of that digital wallet stuff. I'm not quite there yet.
I love it. Not to get off topic too much, but I will tell you the great thing about using your cards through Apple Pay is that every time that you use your card, it generates a brand new card number. So nobody could ever steal your real credit card number. And know that, right? So every time you make a transaction, it uses a completely new card number.
Really?
So it's super secure. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I could go on all day about the tech, but I'll digress for a little bit.
Speaking of tech, I want you to tell us about your background before you joined us at LSSI.
Oh, okay.
Are you willing to
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So before I came, I'll start at the beginning. My degree is in youth ministry and adolescent psychology. So that's kind of like where my professional career started. I was a youth pastor for a little while, and then got roped into the business world, and have worked for quite a few companies like Eddie Bauer, Apple, Gap, but yeah, Apple was a lot of fun. I am definitely a self-proclaimed tech geek. Enjoyed that time. And one of my buddies from church actually said, "Hey, I know what your degree is. You should come and join me, here at Arizona DCS." And that's how I kind of got into the, child welfare world, as I started at Department of Child Safety in Arizona. Great experience. Loved that time.
Caseworker?
Ongoing foster care caseworker. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Been in the trenches.
Definitely. Yep. 5 years down there, and a little bit of time here in the field in the Galesburg office with LSSI. And, loved my time there. But at heart, I'm a trainer. I probably should have been a teacher. But thankfully, I landed here, and I absolutely love my role. I love what I do. I love working with our people, and getting them where they need to be. And so I feel like, God has put me where I need to be.
Yeah. And you know what? You do it well.
I appreciate that.
For you to be someone that isn't in the same office every day,
Mm-hmm.
you travel,
Mm-hmm.
you come in, you're very positive, and you really genuinely give off I get the sense that you want people to come to you for help, and you're happy to be of any assistance that you can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. For sure. I mean, that's one of the things, especially during onboarding, because that's my first opportunity to meet the new employees that I'm going to be working with. I really hit it home. Like, if you need something, don't let yourself be frustrated. Come to me. I'll, keep me in a job. I will help you. I promise. So that's really what feeds me, feeds my fire, what drives what I do. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, good. Cause I could tell it's just it's nice to see it's not just a job title for you. Mm-hmm. You really enjoy it.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So is there anything about working at a nonprofit that culture-wise did you have to, or government when you went to Arizona, was it different? Could you tell if anything was different about it versus corporate setting?
Well, yeah. I mean, the corporate setting is very much about making money, right? Obviously, Apple, that culture was a little bit different. Like there, it was, making people happy through the product, right? Which I think is an absolutely noble effort. They want to make products that enrich people's lives. So I, that was one thing that I recognized and that I appreciated about that company. But kind of the others, it was like, driving sales and things like that. And, my teaching my people as a manager how to, drive sales well and things like that. So coming into the child welfare world, that is about enriching people's lives in a different way and making sure that families have the tools that they need to be strong families. And so I think that, probably was my driver for getting the degree that I did and, going into original youth ministry way back in the day. It seems like so very long ago. Is church enrich people's lives, right? So I get to do that here. I get to, bring families, when I was in the field, I get to bring families back together. And now I get to, help teach people how to do that in a quality way. So. Yeah. Yeah,
no, that's important. Like here, what I like about LSSI that they strive to want people to feel safe bringing out the best in themselves, right? Whatever role they're in. Yeah. And the population that we serve, most of them were not, didn't elect to be in this situation. So it's different. They didn't come and sign up to be getting services in most cases.
Yeah, definitely.
There's probably another added layer of trust building that needs to be done, right? Definitely.
And when I first started, it was obviously very much a culture shock going from that, sales-driven mentality, that business mentality into, that more people focus and getting folks on to solid footing. Because I think like most people, I had assumed originally, like, okay, you're in this situation. Why did you let yourself get into this situation? Like, why didn't you just make better choices? And now having the background that I do and spending so much time, it's absolutely to your point. Nobody signs up for that. There's circumstances beyond their control, and they need help to get out of that situation. So oftentimes when I'm doing boot camps and when I'm talking to our people, one of the things that I try to drive home is that we need to have a different level of understanding with our clients, right? We need to think about, like, a lot of these people have never had anything good said about them, or, if ever, it's been a very long time. So, the job of the specialist is really to be an encourager and to really drive home the thought to these folks that they can be in a better spot than what they are right now. Right. Yes. So I really try to drive that home as much as I can.
Yes. It's making me think of, have you heard of those studies on education where children with teachers who believe in them are more likely to succeed than children who are held in low regard?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially the kids, they can feel that. But our families can too, right? The way we approach our families and how we, respond to the things that they're going to, or let's take for an example, like a relapse, right? We've been working with a family for 6 months and, now unfortunately one of the parents has gone through a relapse, right? How we respond to that is going to determine like how they are going to be able to move forward from that point on, right? So we can say, you know what, this is a setback. Let's hit it hard. Let's move forward, and we'll get back on track. Or we can have the more negative reaction, which is like,
use it as an
why?
You fed my already negative opinion about you.
Right.
Thanks for adding to what I already thought.
Exactly.
And that's horrible.
It is. It is. So yeah, definitely. And there is a new training that we've developed, which is positive interactions with parents, which kind of dives into that and really strives to improve how we interact with our clients, whether that be kiddos or parents or so yeah, it's definitely a focus of the training unit for sure.
I mean, I would go a step further and add and just say that it's the same is true in the workplace setting with supervisors. If they believe in their workers and support them, the workers are more likely, myself speaking for myself as well, to bounce back if there's like a delay or something didn't happen as smoothly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's important
and I think we all have those stories, right? Like I can certainly say that I was not always the gleaming example of a caseworker. I had a starting point and, I definitely made some mistakes, and so thankfully I had a wonderful supervisor when I was starting out, and she was very encouraging and very educational. And, so when that, I think of one all the time. But when that one mistake cropped up, she was, what, let's fix it, move forward. It'll be okay. Right. We'll get there. So definitely that encouraging piece is super, super critical for sure.
Yeah, totally. And I'm sure if you ever were on the other side of that conversation in the future, you paid that grace forward.
Absolutely. 100%.
100%. You know what it felt like to, on both ends. I don't know for you, but not everyone has that experience, or there's times where it went the opposite direction. So it's so nice to have some reference and put things into perspective.
Definitely. I mean, the mistake has happened. Let's not beat people up over it, right? So yeah, at that point, let's just use it as an educational tool, right? And move forward, and we'll do better next time.
Yes. And training is such a big deal. I know we're talking about grace and improvement, but everywhere you look, and I think that's a good thing, where we're constantly trying to improve numbers through quantitative and qualitative.
Yeah,
it's there for a reason.
Yeah. And in our role, especially, I mean, you speak about qualitative and quantitative. I mean, we deal with, leaving the business world did not necessarily mean that there wasn't, still standards to be upheld, right? And so we do have to do that. We deal with a lot of paperwork. We work with procedures, and, we're held to standards by DCFS. And so we have to meet those. So there's that balance between, and I'm thinking of situations right now specifically where we have to balance what is quality and meeting the expectation, right, of what DCFS wants us to meet. Because, I mean, there are numbers, right? Absolutely. I don't want to deny that. We do need to make sure that we're addressing that. But at the same time, it's not necessary. If we're doing the best that we can for our families, the numbers will follow, right? So that's kind of what I like to Don't worry about the families. If you're worried about the families and you're doing what you need to do for them, then everything else will fall in line.
Exactly. I mean, it's not just about vibes here, people. it's important to have.
Sometimes I wish it were.
I know. Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be lovely.
It'd be so lovely, but I don't think that probably exists anywhere.
Yep.
To keep things moving forward.
Agreed.
So as we get ready to wrap up, Kyle, can you tell us about, do you have a hobby or passion project or activity that you do outside of work?
Oh, boy. Hobby. I used to run. Running used to be my outlet. I need to get back into it because
same here.
I really enjoyed it. It's easier to run in Tucson because every day you wake up, it's blue skies and the best weather. Here it's sometimes a little bit more challenging for that. So, but yeah, right now it's yard work. My wife is interested in, she's got 3 or 4 different projects going on right now.
Yeah.
So those are my hobbies right now. Painting the inside of the house. We're redoing our cabinets and, getting those all painted, and we're doing landscaping. So all of this we want to try to do by ourselves. And so those, for right now, those are my hobbies.
Oh no, that sounds great. I'm already picturing this very beautiful manicured lawn and all the fixings and trimmings.
I'm trying to picture that too.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
I appreciate it.
I've got a lot of yard work and ahead of me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never stops.
Yes. Spring cleaning or summer cleaning. It's a thing.
Getting there. Did spring happen? I don't remember spring this year. I think it just like a couple of days and then all of a sudden summer, 91. Ooh.
So true. So true. So, do you have a win you're celebrating?
Do I have a win that I am celebrating?
Last time when I did this, we had this talk.
Yes.
You were celebrating something, like a special milestone. Was it someone's birthday or some graduation of some kind? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. My son graduated, so that was great.
College, right?
Nope, high school.
Oh, high
Yep.
school,
So
okay.
he's getting ready for college now, so that was great. I will say that I am almost up on my 5-year anniversary here. So like
yay!
about a month away from 5 years. So
Congratulations.
I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's
yeah.
exciting.
Definitely.
Yeah. This is my 5-year mark too.
Nice. Congratulations.
Cool.
Very cool.
We made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I enjoyed this conversation and getting to know you even more. Good luck with all your trainings and keep bringing us that positive energy.
Hey,
we need it.
I will do my best.
Okay.
I will do my best.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Take care until the next time. Bye.